Before the president could take the podium, the drama began. Starting when cell phone signals in the National Assembly were jammed.
We simply cannot proceed unless we disconnect that blocking device. We want to allow, if you rule, Madam Speaker, that we must proceed with that blocking device on, we will challenge that ruling in Parliament, and if it needs be, we will take this Parliament to court, because that's unacceptable, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Maimane, as I said, we will have the Secretary to Parliament look into that matter.
I noticed Cyril Ramaphosa, who was clearly trying to keep an eye on things, write a note, hand it to the usher. The usher took it to the State Minister for Security, Mhlobo, who initially just put his hands on it and refused to read it. A few moments later, because I watched him, he read it, he then left the chamber, and a few moments later, the Wi-Fi and the connection came back on.
With cell phone signals restored, the president began his speech. But not long into it, the EFF disrupted him, as promised.
Honorable President, I'm sorry to interrupt your speech.
May we ask the President as to when he is going to pay the money in terms of what the public protector has said?
We want the President to answer a simple question: when is he paying the money as directed by the public protector? That's all we're asking.
Honorable Malema, I now have to ask that you leave the chamber.
While Parliament's TV focused on the Speaker, the violent scuffles between the EFF and security were captured on cell phones.
The security forces must come in terms of the Powers and Privileges Act.
Members of the NCOP, take your seats. Take your seats. Members of the NCOP, Honorable Jamini, Honorable Jamini, take your seat.
Once the EFF were removed, the Democratic Alliance demanded answers.
It's not parliamentary convention for members of the South African Police Service to come onto the floor of this.
Order, members.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition asked you a question, Madam House Chair, and it's a very simple answer. Were those members of the South African Police Service, or were they members of the Parliamentary Security?
There is no way I could, sitting here, be able to pick out who is police and who is not police here.
But we've got it on good authority that that was a Presidential Protection Unit. When we were scuffling with them, they asked us outside not to fight back because they are police. And fighting them back will mean fighting a law enforcement officer. That's how we came into an understanding and walked away.
The EFF says many of its MPs were injured. But soon afterwards, Minister in the Presidency, Jeff Gadebe, condemned the behaviour of the EFF. Paula Charles, Parliament.